YouTube, it's your boy Black with y'all 3 long face, skinny body, and we back still black with some more fire Boruto anime manga content in the video. Niggas, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash the like button, share the video with your friends, and stay engaged and watch the video to the end because we finna hop right into the business. Yes, sir. Ski. Release of Boruto chapter 70, there was a whole lot of dialogue that led to a whole lot of discussions, that led to a whole lot of theories, a whole lot of resurfacing of theories, and a whole lot of brand new theories and brand new doors opening up for the series as a whole. Now, something that did not go over a lot of people's head, I'm talking about from the jump, the day the chapter released, we got Boruto chapter 70. A lot of people noted one of the statements that was stated by Amado in his little skirmish that he had with Shikamaru throughout the chapter. We understand that they had a number of differences in the midst of Ada talking over with Shikamaru trying to bring up negotiations for Ada possibly joining their side in the midst of Yamato being tortured by Cole. Everything's going down in the room while Naruto's trying to enter in. Boruto Sasuke is just showing up. So Amado is basically blaming Shikamaru and also admitting to Shikamaru that his ideal scenario would be for, in a situation like this, for Code and Kawaki to both end up killing each other. That way Shikamaru wouldn't have to worry about anything in the terms of Kawaki possibly becoming out of control, because at this point there's no one who can keep his powers in check. And Shikamaru made that a point. He is saying that someone like Naruto isn't able to keep this nigga Kawaki's powers in check. So we need to do everything we can to make sure he's gonna stay on their side. So a situation where recruiting Ada, ensuring that everything that goes down on the Hidden Leaf side isn't something that's going to antagonize Kawaki and, more importantly, put Naruto's life in danger, which will then lead Kawaki to make any other type of drastic decisions or change. However, Amado's like, bro, out of all of this shit that's going down, we're going to have a much better opportunity of taking care of everything if we just allow both Boruto and Kawaki to get stronger. Now, along those lines is what he stated, and Shikamaru understood that there was very much truth held into that statement. Now, I don't know if he's going to be thinking about and reminiscing everything that Amado said, taking it with a grain of salt. He has to understand that Amado isn't a complete idiot. Now, despite he did make some very irrational choices in the last chapter in terms of withholding information and how he could have handled the Code situation in a much lighter manner, Shikamaru understands that there will be truth to Amado statements, because it's not something that you could just make up and say out of nowhere without having any fluidity to it. Understanding that Shikamaru has had a shaky and a great history with this man Kawaki ever since Kawaki has pulled up to the village. Shikamaru was a strong advocate of team not trust Kawaki, send that nigga back to the car organization. Shikamaru understands that, all right, Amado ain't completely speaking out his ass, but the timing of all of this shit couldn't be worse, whereas like everybody's life is in danger, including the man Amado himself. So he still makes the statement to say that they should wait until both Boruto and Kawaki get stronger in order to face off Code. Now, a lot of people can say that's just the statement that's just referring to the current power levels of both Boruto and Kawaki, understanding that, you know, in a situation where Code is getting his limiters removed, even though in that specific moment it wasn't occurred yet, in a situation where he does get his limiters removed, still Boruto and both Kawaki need to be in a position where they are confidently able to not only just take on Code together, but take on Code in any type of scenario situation where they end up 1v1. Now, understanding, okay, we seen what Kawaki was able to do against Code. They don't understand. Now, we know it was Damon's ability that ultimately let Code win, and not even win, just make it out of the fight alive. Without that, he would have been dead. According to their perspective, Kawaki somehow ended up out Code in the middle of him fighting Code. So it also goes along with how Amado said it, because at that time he didn't understand Damon was back, yet only just seeing Aiden and still being shocked from the entire situation. That's why it would make sense, because from the audience perspectives, we can clearly say that at that point, prior to Code getting his limiters removed, we would have definitely placed Kawaki above in comparison to the three with Boruto, Kawaki, and Code, and probably putting Code slightly above Boruto, all in dependence of how much of Momoshiki's power he's able to tap into, because we understand Momoshiki, using Boruto's body, can slap this man Code around just as much as we see Kawaki in his new Otsutsuki form was slapping this man Code around. Now Kawaki showed no hesitation of going straight for the kill. We also understand Momoshiki he's not really a troll, but he was kind of trolling Code entire the whole time, talking shit about his karma and spamming the Rasengan, understanding that he could have just ended the fight really if he wanted to, in a similar sense how Kawaki made sure their fight didn't last longer than 3 pages. Momoshiki was on some shit like, you know what, man, this nigga really ate shit, boy. This nigga's gonna be used his whole life on some typical Momoshiki Black Air Force energy type of shit. Saying all of that to say, how can this point towards the direction of the time skip for the future of the Boruto? Because we understand that Amado is referring to allowing both Boruto and Kawaki time to nurture their karma skills, nurture their strength, nurture their powers, nurture their abilities, have everybody get a better understanding of the way things going down. The thing that makes me believe that a time skip will be inevitable is because Code has now officially got his limiters removed. Now, if we were still in a situation where Amado was never abducted, his statement would make much more sense in it being that Code would be doing a chess match along with Ada, as they have been up until this point, and figuring out a way to get inside of the Hidden Leaf Village and getting close to figures like Amado, Boruto, and Kawaki. Now we understand that they've come to realize Kawaki is the perfect counter to Code's belt jutsu. He's able to shrink Code's claw marks, preventing Code from being able to escape, as we understand that he almost did that in the first time they encountered each other. And then now that this time happened, Ada was able to be on top of the gun and say, yo, we gotta dip before this nigga Kawaki shows up, for reasons like preventing their escape. And also Kawaki seeing Ada in the midst and automatically placing his own judgment upon Ada without allowing her a chance to admit to Kawaki that she likes this nigga and she's really trying to fuck with the nigga. Kawaki's ability proves very troublesome for Code. So in that sense, Amado was probably thinking, all right, well, if we can hold out long enough, and if Code and Ada somehow get rid of them and get rid of that situation for the time being, we'll be able to not only train abilities that directly counter Code, but also powers, in the sense that Boruto was able to overpower Code. Well, let I say Momoshiki and Boruto's body was able to overpower Code, and not only Kawaki was able to overpower Code, but his abilities directly counter Code, basically shrinking anything that Code would be able to throw at a Kawaki. Now, at this point, we don't know what no limiter Code is capable of, what no limiter Code actually means, what was the limits placed on Code in the first place, because even with his limits, aside from just the power-based standpoints, his abilities were completely broken as is. So having these limiters removed, does it increase his territory, increase his reach in where he can place his claw marks and how many people he can teleport through his claw marks? Does it change the rule where we understood with his limiters place, he needed to be touching someone hand to hand in order to bring them through the claw marks? Can he just think, or can it be similar to the fourth Hokage's and the second Hokage's jutsu, where he can similarly mark them? As long as they have a claw mark on them, he can always be able to teleport them, or they can be teleported instantly without Code having to reach through. How is the speed of his teleportation? Has it grown much more faster? Because I look at it and I compare it similar to how Kage was able to teleport, similar to how like someone like Obito was able to teleport, where it was fast, it happened in a second, in the blink of an eye, but it was something that you can watch go down, versus something like Jigen summoning shit with his Daikokoten, or you know, the fourth Hokage or the second Hokage just completely teleporting out of nowhere. I see it as a process where you can see Code sticking his hand into the claw mark. Does the speed of that increase where you can't even see this man move, but all of a sudden he's in a different position? Like, how much broken is this man Code, and what will prevent him from pursuing the Hidden Leaf Village yesterday, you feel me, to press up on this nigga Boruto and Kawaki? Also in the fact that we understand Kawaki would be able to, we didn't see him do it, but Shikamaru did request that Kawaki destroy all of the claw marks that was inside of the room, and obviously on headcanon reasons, he would most likely destroy all of the claw marks within inside of the Hidden Leaf Village, preventing both Code and Ada from infiltrating the village at any time soon. Then again, what's stopping Code from just walking up into the front door and blasting shit in? We have to understand how much powerful Code has gotten, what direction Code will be deciding to take. Like I said, if he's gonna be so hell-bent, in my previous videos I stated, if he will be so hell-bent on just simply destruction, revenge, and yeah, I need to get it back in blood for my nigga Ishiki, then what's stopping him from saying, all right, let's go to that shit right now and like, let's just fucking get this shit over with, versus he understands the person that he needs right away and ASAP, even aside from niggas like Amado and Kawaki, is Boruto, in order to defeat Boruto. Boruto to the 10 tails. Boruto is completely right. He's ready. He's good. You feel me? The last time they met, Cole did say he wanted Boruto to mature a little bit more with his karma. So that was prior to Momoshiki popping out and whooping this nigga's ass like grass. So now we understand Cole not only A, has his full power, but B, witnessed a phenomenon going with Boruto's body and him becoming a complete Otsutsuki. Cole would then realize there's nothing left for him in order to wait, but just carry out the plan right away as soon as possible. So in what situation, in what scenario, as Amato stated, would allow for both Boruto and Kawaki to be able to allow them to get stronger and shit like that? And that's where it comes from, the hunt for the brothers, my nigga, on some shit like they're gonna be leaving the village or possibly be taken in a situation or taking away where somewhere they can't be reached, somewhere they even, it doesn't even matter if Ada's watching, they can't scope out the area or probably go and watch in places like a sage cave, or maybe even Mount Ikebukuro. Just throwing in random theory ideas, but just so you guys could get a better understanding of the point I'm trying to get at, where Shikamaru understands, all right, since Ada can see everything, she cannot hear us talk with Ino's jutsu. So let's elaborate a plan to get both Boruto and Kawaki out of the village, with keeping in mind that, all right, Ada's gonna be able to see where we're taking them, but put them in a place where they already can't get inside of the hidden leaf with Kawaki destroying Cold's claw marks, but into an isolated and, you know what I'm saying, lonely area and location where Ada can probably see them, but she's like, well, there's no way for us to get there unless you placed your calm right there. But the fact that you did it, like, there's absolutely nothing they can do but watch both Boruto and Kawaki grow in power and strength, and eventually just be like, yeah, we out here to come for these niggas' heads, Code and Ada. Only thing I can see stopping all of that is if Ada just goes on big brain shit like, all right, you know what, fuck it, Code, just put the pressure on these niggas, and Code just goes on a killing spree, because at the end of the day, that's every good guy's weakness, you feel me? Victims, you feel me? Citizens, human life. So if Code just pulls up to the hidden leaf, you know, slaps a couple people around, it don't matter if Boruto and Kawaki went all the way around town, they're gonna have to spin the block and come back and see what's up with Code. At the end of the day, the time skip is very much gonna be like, it's getting here. Already talked about things that will be going down towards the end of the year for the Boruto manga, so I'm not on some shit like, don't get the idea from this video I'm saying, okay, next 3 chapters Boruto time skip. No, definitely not gonna happen. I'm thinking probably at the very least a year from now, I will be looking forward to seeing how the events will be going down leading into next year. But we also understand how Boruto manga, the route that they will be taking leading off towards the end of the year with the adaptations of the novel. But we can't deny the fact that a model statement directly correlates to allowing for time for both Boruto and Kawaki to nurture themselves, nurture their ninja ways, especially after the events of this arc, maybe having them time to reflect on things, similar in a sense to where we see both Osaru and Mitsuki talking about they need to get stronger to face Mighty Otsutsuki. So in a similar sense, Kawaki and Boruto understanding we need to face a code that we can't even possibly comprehend or fathom. So we just need to take all of that time to get that much stronger, to get that much more powerful. So let me know y'all thoughts, let me know y'all beliefs, leave it thoughts below in the comment section below. How do y'all feel about the Boruto timeskip in relations to a model statement? Do y'all believe that Full Power Code has any reason to wait to pursue these niggas and allowing for Boruto and Kawaki time to train and get stronger? Or do you think like next chapter he's at the front door talking about some Konichiwa, paying in Ishiki vibes of the Hidden Leaf Village or some shit like, yeah, I'm here to wreak havoc? So let me know your thoughts below, leave the comments below. To my next video, holla at your bro, I'ma holla at y'all, like ciao, yes sir.
Hey, can we take a trip to the sky? Show them that our limit's too high. Cocoa butter hips on the west side. She said